Holy crap, there's actually quite a few. Okay. Looking at new card chat. Get excited. It's happening. Here we go. First new card of the day, Imperfectionist. What do? It's a 4 mana 4/4 epic, so probably sucks, but the stat line's good. It's actually 4/4 for 4 is decent, so it could be good. Play effect, not a summon effect, unfortunately. Pick a card in hand. Create 4 exact in your deck. Wait. What? No! Akshan Infinite just got another Infinity card? There's no way! Oh my god, more Infinite Loop decks. Okay, listen. I thought I was going to be happy, but I just realized this is even more. Like, they just give him another way to shuffle in more of Akshan's 0-cost draw 2 cards. Dude, we're going to see so much Infinity. We're going to see so much Infinity and beyond, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's... I mean, it's good with Go Hard. I agree with that. Actually, this is really good with... Holy crap, this is really good with Go Hard. Like, insanely good. That's insane. But this is so strong for Akshan Infinite. This might actually... So the one thing about Akshan Infinite doesn't bother me is the fact that it's not a tier 1 deck. This might send it over the edge. Possibly. This card is crazy. This card is so good. Zillion Time Bomb. I mean, yeah, you make them cost 1, you shuffle 4 copies, but what else is really broken? Echo's Rally card is really broken. That's very strong. There's a few cards that are really good. That when you shuffle them, they're kind of insane. Any statted up card, yeah, Bard buffed cards are pretty solid with this as well. I really hope this is not April Fools, right? No, it's not. Damn. Yeah, this is really strong. I'm surprised. All right, let me look at the next card. Salvaged Scrap. To play, discard up to 2 cards. So you can discard no cards. Or it has to be 1, I think. Create that many followers from your regions that cost 1 more and reduce their cost by 1. What does it mean that cost 1 more? 1 more than what? 1 more than the amount of cards I've tossed? Or 1 more than the card I discarded? It can be interpreted both ways. 1 more than the card you discarded. I'm guessing that's what it is. Huh. To play, discard up to 2 cards. Create that many followers from your regions. This is basically a worse nab, if we're being honest. Because when you nab units that cost 1 less, at least they're good units. On the other hand, this is a worse one. This is, you're getting 2 random units. But they're being costing 1 less, so they're not as bad as they usually would be. I'm not sure. It's okay. Sometimes you just want more ways to discard stuff in discard synergy decks. Maybe you play this. But you can get a lot of bad cards with this. But then again, okay, here's the genius. Let's say you're playing a discard deck. If you high roll this card and get some amazing cards, you win the game. If you low roll and get the trash of the trash, you're still playing a discard deck, you just discard it. It's not that big of a deal, right? I mean, it's not the end of the world, you just throw it away as well. Like, oh, I discarded, I got some trash, well, I just discard that as well. The discard value is amazing, exactly. So, bad cards become good discard value. It's fantastic. All right. You know, overall, it's okay. It's an okay card. I can dig it. Let me, next card, Ransom Riches. Manifest a follower you can afford. It doesn't say from your regions, though. No, manifest is not summon. It's to your hand. It doesn't say from your region, so you can get followers from other regions. But it's any follower in the game. That's the problem as well, because there's so many bad followers. You just might super low roll this. This is basically a Nami card, maybe, but even then you don't want to play this as a Nami card. This is... It's maybe a buff to cards that generate 1-cost spells. And that's about it, right? You can manifest 0 mana followers. That's true. But like, even if you're like on mana 10 top decking, you top deck this, it might give you 3 1-drops. You can't choose what the cost is going to be, so... It might always low roll. That's a bit of a problem. I think this card is not that great. It's epic, though, so why would this be epic? What is so good about this? That's a Burblefish buff? I mean, is it? Is it really? Why? Play it on 1 mana to generate a pesky Spectre. Oh, so you want to play this on mana 1 to generate a 0 cost? Really? What are some good 0 costs in the game? Hey, thank you for the sub there, friend. Thanks a lot there. The apples of to feast. What are some really cheap cheap units? So for 0 cost, you have Caustic Horrible, Pesky Horrible, because they're all ephemeral. Ravenous Butcher Horrible. Okay, so it's all horrible. It's literally all horrible. Butcher sucks, dude. You can't even play it. Actually, you know what? Funny enough, and this is funny enough, you could theoretically play this in an Undying deck, because you guarantee Butcher every time with this. This is 1 mana draw Butcher. And late game, it can be more versatile, giving you random really good units if you run out of really good stuff. So you can always force Butcher, because Manifest gives you 3 options minimum. So you have Caustic, Specty, and Butcher. You can always generate Butcher. That's pretty decent. You play that with Undying, and not only that, but because you don't have, it doesn't have to be a Butcher, you can also play Last Breath units such as this, because this is pretty weak at the moment due to being only a 4/2. But all of a sudden, you can be very consistent with this. Like, you can run multiple Butchers in a deck, because Butcher sucks as a card if you don't have a lot of targets for it. But all of it, that card, it could be a pseudo Butcher. I'm down for that. And that's not bad. For forcing Butchers, that's not horrible. I can imagine that being decent. Okay. Bilgewater Undying plays a lot of vulnerable. This is true. That is true. And with the current buff to Undying, there's a few cards they added that buff the card. One of them being in Shadow Isles. Maybe Bilgewater. I know it's Bilgewater chat. That's why you play Bilgewater Undying. You papayas. What? Anyway. Interesting card. Next, Swindle. Swindle. 2 mana, burst as well. Manifest a non-champion card from the opponent's hand. Whoa. Wait, you get to see 3 of their cards? That's insane. You get that's insane. Okay, that's crazy. Dude, this might be one of my favorite cards ever. My only problem is, how do you play this with Karma? How do you play this with Karma? That's huge. You get to see 3 of their cards. Hand hate. Holy smokes. It's a plunder. It costs 1. That's really decent. Also, this is so... Okay, so there's a thing about certain decks. A lot of decks counter themselves, funny enough. A lot of decks, for example, let's say you're playing a deck with really important spells. You'll run Deny. Guess what counters Deny? Deny. A lot of decks counter themselves. They have counters to their own cards because of how card games work. This is really good because of that. Also, this going to be Shellfolk? This will work with Shellfolk for even more copies. Yikes. All right, this is a really cool card. I don't know if this really works with Karma, because you don't really want to play Bilgewater Karma. That's never been... Maybe you do. Maybe. Possibly. It's not really that good with Karma, though. Because sometimes you don't manifest spells, and you just don't get value out of it. But it's good for hand reading, for sure. Very bad versus aggro, I would say. Because it's too much of a tempo loss. But this is very good for, like, late game, like control versus control. Karma already chokes your... Yeah, she does. Victor loves all these cards. True. Both of these are pretty good for Victor. Although, really, are we going to be playing that much Victor with Bilgewater? I don't know. Great Mother Karma, bro. No. Alright. Next, Glory's Call, 6 mana burst. Now, that's Karma. It has to be. It has to be a Karma spell. Please. Cost 2 less for each different Ascended ally you play. Does manifest a card from... Wait. There's no way. There's no way, dude. There's no... Okay, chat. We're playing... I don't care what you say. We're playing Monoshirima when the expansion starts. We are going in Monoshirima. Ooh, this is fun. Dude, this is so fun. And this can be 0 cost. Yeah, this can be easily 0 cost. And you can get yourself the 9 cost spell. Wait, no, that's a 10 cost spell, unfortunately. You can't get the 10 cost spell. Alright, so you can get the I win the game spell, unfortunately. Still, you run 3 copies of this. You run 3 copies of this. Why not? This is going to cost 0 mana. 0 mana manifest that OP card. Can't get 10 cost, I'm aware of that. Yeah, I get that. It doesn't matter. There's still so many really good stuff you can get with this. You don't even have to play Monoshirima. Listen, you kind of do, but you don't. Do you have to play Monoshirima? Not really. I don't know if you have to play Monoshirima for this or not. Obliterate card is still amazing. You get a Send This Call. No, the 10 cost one you can't get. You can get the really, really OP Obliterate everything, right? The Rally Landmark is really strong as well. Like, there's a lot. There's the really big, there's some really good stuff. You can play this with Jace. You could play this with Jace. Because keep in mind, you don't have to level up the champions. As long as you've played 3 different... Like, let's say you only play Azir and you play... I don't know, Azir plus Xerath. That's enough. You've played 1 Azir, 1 Xerath. This only costs 2 mana. That's very cheap. There's a lot of cool things you can do with this. You don't even have to run Sundisk if you don't want to play a Sundisk deck. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, let's go on. What else is there? Wait. What? Wait. Oh, quick attack. Okay, when you play an ally, kill me to grant its my... Okay, whatever. All right, and Sneezy Biggledust. Focus, 4 mana. Give ally... Oh my god, I'm already gonna hate it. Give allies +1/+1 this round. If they're created, give them 2/2 instead. It's burst speed for open attack. But they have to be created, right? That's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad.
Hey Grap, how's
Yo, what's
life?
up, buddy? I'm pretty good. How are you doing? That's not horrible. That's not bad at all. Like, it's not... maybe... So, if you're playing with a lot of, like... Those owls, you know those things with the spell shield? That's a very strong open attack. And owls are already really hard to deal with. Furthermore, there's a lot of stuff, for example, in the Aphelios Nightfall deck that is really strong with this. So you don't play the Aphelios, you play PNZ discard. That's really decent with the PNZ discard deck as well. Because PNZ cards, you create the 0/2s and you play the 0/2s for free. Poro Cannon is really good with this. Absolutely. I think that can fit pretty well. Mecha Yordles. Mecha Yordles are already pretty well statted, but maybe. So with this, you want to go really wide, really fast. I think the fastest way to do it is currently with the owls. Owls are really cheap. Definitely feels like there's some decks that could fit it in. Yeah, I don't think it's broken. At least I don't see it quite yet, but I think it can be very strong. Because keep in mind, at the worst case scenario, it's still +1/+1 with open attack. It's not that bad in an aggro deck. This is allies. Yeah, it hits champions. Yeah, it does. It's fine. Allies is fine. It's pretty good with cheap invokes. Yeah, as well. Chomper and Poro, Cannon, and Aphelios. That's also, yeah, you're right. With cheap invokes, that is very strong. That does fit very well with cheap invokes. I could see some really go wide, really early decks with this. It could be pretty good for some aggro kind of decks. But yeah, that's it for today. No Evelyn, chat. No Evelyn. We have this, which I think is going to be really annoying in the Infinite Aphelios deck. Other than that, I don't know what else could make this OP. Because you're sending it back to your deck, right? But they cost 1 less. What is broken costing 1 less? Am I missing something? I don't know. I don't see it. No. Not necessarily. Akshan Spell, it already costs 0. Other than Akshan, Akshan Spell it costs 0. I already said that's the one application that's kind of crazy with it. Hex Tech deals 2 to all things. Pranks, -1 less. Pranks, nah, not worth it. Time Bombs are really good. Yeah, you can copy certain generated cards. Time Bomb, Akshan's spells, you can generate. What else are we looking for here that is really, really broken with champions? What champions create stuff? What like Lysandra creates? Well, that doesn't really make a difference. It's not a big deal. Echo, yeah, Echo. I talked about Echo's Rally. It's decent if you have them in hand to put more copies in the deck, but I don't think you necessarily run it for that deck per se. The stat line is really good of that unit though. It's a very good stat line. Are there any units you really want to be 1 mana cheaper? Yeah, this is just going to be more infinite. Maybe Yetis, though I'm not sure. I don't think Yetis are strong enough for that combo. I mean, it's a good stat unit. It's a 4 mana 4/4. It's well statted. Not amazing, but it's not bad. Bakali Barkeep now. Like, that card is dead. It needs to be massively buffed. That card needs a huge buff if it wants to see play. Treasure copies. You know what it could do with? Maybe this, maybe, but no. I think it's just an Akshan card. That's about it. Gohard is good as well, yeah. Gohard is good as well. Akshan card and Gohard are really OP with this. Salvaged Scrap, could be quite solid. Like, all the cards are actually playable, I think. The one I'm most excited for is Swindle, for sure. And yeah, Glory's Call is... It might be insane, it might not. It's going to depend what kind of deck you build this in, but this is the one card that might be insane. And, yeah. Alright. That's it for the reveals, chat. Where's my profile, chat? This is not a duck face. Okay. I gotta explain. I have to explain to you why... Okay, listen. Can you imagine losing to this? Honestly. Can you imagine losing to this? I mean, that's tilting right there. That's next level. That's next level. You want to get into your opponent's brains. You want to burrow deep inside there and take over them. This is how you win. Imagine losing to this. That's disappointing.